In this video, we'll be discussing about a UART. So this is also one such protocol that will be coming or that will be used in the serial communication. So UART is Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter. So asynchronous, the term asynchronous means the clocks will be different. So the clock that is used in a single module may not be used in another module. So that is the term asynchronous. If the whole system is working with respect to a single clock, then it is called as a synchronous. If it is working with one or more clocks, then it is an asynchronous. So universal asynchronous receiver transmitter based data transmission is an asynchronous form of a serial data transmission. It does not require a clock signal to synchronize the transmitting end and receiving end for the transmission. Instead, it relies upon the predefined agreement between the transmitting device and the receiving device. So if you just observe the UART diagram here, the receiver is receiving the data from the transmitter that is being sent from this UART, and this receiver is getting the information from the transmitter that is being sent by this UART, and grounds are common for both UARTs. So the very special thing that what we can observe in this UART is the data along with the data. So in this particular diagram, so the data is represented as D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6 and D7. So along with the data, we are introducing some more bits here. So that is a start bit and stop bit. So why start bit and why stop bit is required is, so the start bit tells the transmitter of another UART that the new data is arriving, and the stop bit informs the receiver of another UART that the data is about to end. So it just gives the information that this is an end of the data. And what is the use of this parity bit? So parity bit, we have already discussed this particular concept whenever we have discussed the concept of CPSR, that is a current program status register. So when the parity bit will be high and when the parity bit will be low is, if the number of ones are in even, then the parity bit goes 0. If the number of ones in the data is odd, then the parity bit go high. So why we have to use this parity bit is, which will be used for error checking. If the number of ones that are being received by the receiver is even, and if the parity bit is showing as 1, then it means that whatever the data that it has received is wrong. It comes to the conclusion that the data received is wrong because it is not matching with the parity bit. In case if the data is having the odd number of ones and if the parity is showing 1, then also then it comes to the conclusion that the data is correct. So it will be checking for an error. If the parity bit is in is correct with respect to the data, then it means that the receiver will come to the conclusion whatever the data is correct, whatever the data that it has received is correct. So that is what they are telling in this particular slide. The receiver unit polls the receiver line at exactly half of the time slot available for the bit. So if the parity is enabled for communication, the UART for transmitting device adds a parity bit. Bit value is 1 for odd number of ones in the transmitted stream bit and 0 for even number of ones. The UART of the receiving device calculates the parity of the bits received and compares it with the received parity bit for error checking. So that is what I was telling, right? And the main important thing that we need to observe in this particular UART is, so all the bits will be um, sent bit by bit. That is, D0 will be sent first, then D1, then D2. Likewise, the bit will be sent bit by, the data will be sent bit by bit. And in order to understand the receiver, which is the start bit and which is the end of the data, it can be easily known by just observing the start and stop bit. And of course, one more feature is the parity bit. So the parity bit ensures that the code whatever that is received or transmitted is correct or wrong.